Most of it's probably mental. You don't like dark places that are wet and you're claustrophobic. You have a bunch of phobias and stuff. It's not going to be the place for you. All right, good morning everyone. We're at Castle Dome, so right on top of a big vent here that goes down to the hull mine, the number 2 shaft. It's too dangerous for us to just tie a rope onto something near the edge because there's so much loose rock and a huge risk of caving. So we're gonna set a truss across here, and then we can put a rope to the bottom, go down the mine, intercept this at the 100 level, and come from the 100 up. So that's the plan. Okay, so we'll give her a shot here, tighten it up. So now we're going to have to try to center this on here, and we're going to use a bunch of rigging. We got to keep it. We can't have it sitting sideways, it has to stay up. And yeah, you see it's quite a span. This truss is 25 feet long, so not giving us a lot of extra stuff to play with, but we'll get her to fit. So I got her into place and it's all tied, so now we're going to go down the 100 level and climb up to the surface is what the plan is. All right, where we go, we're heading up the number 2 shaft. So it's a little different. Usually I never climb up from, not much different, but just a little. Okay. Oh, there's a level right there. Oh, everything's going good though. Huh. Yeah, pretty steep going down there, all right. Whew. Okay. Whew. Looks like we got 2 levels here, huh? I should just lean back, you know. What's going on here? Trust the rope. Okay, let's move over here. Have a look. There might be some stuff up there. That'd be kind of dangerous though. We might be able to get into a top level up there. And now, as we come across here, we're gonna have to jump. Huh. And it doesn't look very hard to get up. Hope there's something there. Haven't got much further to go. Oh, there's nothing. Shit. Nothing at all. I don't think. All right, so we've reached the top level. We've got as far as we can get. There you go. Looking down. A big black hole. We can see the top of that stope right there. We can have a peek in there. And there's not very much further up to that truss that we made there, so yeah, no big deal at all really. I'm having a hard time get my head around trusting that truss. And I've got so many safety things on it. Even if it broke, it'd be held up by 2 other, you know, that'd be a big jar and I'd drop down maybe 20 feet, but it should be safe. Well, like I say, it's mostly mental. And this does got me sweating a little. I don't know why. I mean, you know, you think, oh, it's bad enough looking down there, but I've been down steeper than that. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little freaked out by this. And there's no good reason for it. Other than it's just psychological. You know, a lot of this is, So, you know, different things kind of make you nervous. And logically, there's no reason why I should be nervous about this, but tell my stomach that. It's not like I'm freezing here, too scared to move or anything like that. We'll carry on, but I'm just telling you, I'm actually pretty scared, and I haven't been this scared for a while, but I better quit talking about it because it's probably not as bad as I'm making it out to be. Well, let's just say I'm nervous. For some reason I just can't get my head around the being held up by that truss, you know, going across that big gap, even though I've taken all the precautions that I need to make it safe. And we're just going to test it before we go down. See, I don't see no movement there at all. The rope is tied nice, everything's good. So let's quit being a pussy and down we go. Now we're going to go down and see if we can crawl into this hole here. Or at least look into it. Nothing to see there really. I don't think. Not just the top of the stone. No reason to go in there. Nothing exciting there. Let's just go down. I'm not sure if there's a little spring in the truss, but that's what makes me kind of freaky. I'm thinking, oh, this truss is bending or breaking or something. Obviously it isn't. There's spring in the rope normally, but more spring than normal, so that's probably making me a little nervous, but we're able to control the descent just fine. All right, guys, so we're back at the number 2 shaft, and we've decided, you kind of think about this all night before you do it. We've decided to start with a new 200-foot rope because it's enough to get to the bottom, so then we don't have to transition a knot. So we're just going to tie this new black rope onto the top to the truss there and lower us down. And we've also decided to take the tail and tie that, as you can see it, back to the side-by-side. So the purpose of that is if that truss broke or the rope or anything gave way up top, then, you know, wouldn't fall all the way to the bottom. It would be a heck of a drop because we drop about 20 feet really quick. But better 20 than 200, right? So without any further ado, we can head across that there. Actually, I don't feel too bad going down there. Seems to be all right. I was a little nervous. It's actually probably more nervous going up than I am going down. Okay. There we go. Normal amount of stretch there for that much rope. And we'll keep going. This is the interesting part that we want to get to. Below us here. See, when we last time I went to Sharon, we went straight down here. So we were on that side of the shaft. You couldn't get on this side. Oh wow, look how scabby that is. Not very nice at all. It'd be good to get away from there. But we don't have a rope or anything that's touching that. So yeah, I guess we're touching it with our back. But hopefully we'll try to be gentle as we can on it. You can see this rock is pretty unstable. There's a pocket going up there. Yeah, we could possibly go down here and try to get up there. Let's give her a try. We made it. I got a dust mask on. I'll just take it off so you can hear me. You can see it kind of muffles your voice quite a bit. And so far we've been able to keep our rope from flipping over there because we don't have to come up that part because we got all that loose stuff there. So I've tied my rope to my bag to keep the tension on it, and then hopefully when we leave it's not going to flip over. I'd rather go up this part than having to go up that real steep part and have the rope on these big rocks there. So alright, so got some pretty cool looking mineralization here. Some galena, I guess. And there's big crystals of wolfenite you can see in here. Hard to see though on the camera. Artifact here. It's grapefruit juice. I don't know how old that is. You can read it. Should be able to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone's been here for a long time. It should be pretty old. There's a higher level there. Well, we might have to get a rope and go down here. Yeah. Well, there's lots of good fluorite in here. Too bad I didn't have my black light anymore. I lost it. Oh, barking spiders. There's a little flat spot. See, there's an old rope there, an old hemp rope going to the top. It probably pinches out there. Doesn't look very steep going down. Oh, I better bring my rope. Yeah, pretty sketchy everywhere. Oh, that almost looks like a level down there. Wow. Wouldn't that be cool if it was? So false floor. Yeah. We're going to do a little digging, but it's a level. How big of a hole do we need? Looks like it's only about 3 or 4 feet down there. Let's just see if we can get down. There we go. That's okay. See, it's all false floor under here. Now that's neat. Keep away from children. Hercules electrical blasting cap. Copper. Is there a year on it? No, a lot. Delay. No idea how old they are. Another one. Same thing. Oh, look at them, eh? Lots of cool samples. I ain't taking none. I got enough weight going up, but I just kind of realized how it was that they were actually mining this. So you can see fairly easy what these guys are doing here. You notice all this rock stacked up here. So as you can see, look up there, you see the vein is quite thin there. It was pretty much pinched right out. Obviously, it would have been wider when they were mining it. So what they were doing is they stick a whole bunch of boards and boards or timbers or pieces of wood, whatever they can, across this this line of stalls here. So they put all those boards across there and secure that. And then they just start chipping the sides to make it wide enough where they can keep going up. So all this junk stuff on the sides, it's all loose. That'll just fall on the floor, make a new floor as you go along. And then the high grade stuff, you know, the silver galena that you see, they just probably put that in sacks and take it out, like high grade it. And the reason I'm saying that is, if we look over here, and you can see that's exactly what they did here. They got a huge amount of rock here that was mined from higher levels, and they're just storing this because they don't want all this stuff to get in their way. And as we look up in here, you can see all these sacks. They use these sacks, and there's probably nothing in those sacks. Who knows, there might be. You certainly wouldn't want to remove anything out of there to see if there was. So these are all ore sacks. So they probably had a whole bunch of the big stack of these ore sacks, and all the ore they probably stuffed in the sacks and then just lowered it down or whatever. When they're high grade in this area. That's my opinion anyways. So you can see those sacks all the way up in there. And they just put those sacks in there because, you know, a lot of stuff was falling through because it was fairly fine there. I guess probably to keep the stuff from falling through at the bottom maybe. So, yeah. So they are very diligent here in trying to chase every last little bit of ore out of here. So, you know, as you come down here, you're not seeing too much of the ore that they mined, a little bit here and there, but, you know, obviously they were pretty good miners. So, for the most part, you're just looking at a hole where where the ore was, right? But you can see hints of it. So we go along here, you can see, you know, a little bit of galena here and there. But that stuff they would have mined. Not very much. If it was significant, they would have taken it. So you can just get little glimpses of what the mineralization was like at one time here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go right across to there. So this chute just goes right down here. Can't even see the bottom. It goes down about almost to the 300-foot level, close to where the water is. And then it just pinches off. There's nothing left. So we're going to try to get across where those stalls are there and continue on that side. There's some really cool stuff that we saw on that side, but we weren't able to get down to it because we didn't have enough rope. So we're going to climb back up there, and I'm going to cut on across on the other side of the number 2 shaft, and we'll get down into those other areas on that side. Nobody else goes to these efforts to explore abandoned mines, so hope you guys appreciate it by subscribe to my channel. I put out a video every Saturday. And then we do live shows sometimes. So if you're subscribed and you turn on your notifications, you can, you can participate in that. If you're not subscribed and you don't have your notifications on, you don't know when I have a live broadcast. I get so many questions. I'm having a hard time answering them all. And we're in the backcountry and don't have internet, so I'm glad to be able to share all this stuff with you guys. So you don't have to come here. Yeah. Okay. There, that looks like an old hemp rope. It's not likely to really see anything in here. But let's have a look anyway. In Canada, these ropes are never any good. Anytime you grab one, it just breaks. But it's a lot drier in Arizona. Seems to be holding. Wouldn't trust my legs, would I? But it's okay, just pull yourself up with it. It doesn't look like we're going to see anything too exciting in here. A little bit of bat shit. That's about it. Goes up for a bit further though. Oh man, it's like a door or something up there, way up there. Maybe it's just a board. Yeah. Goes a little further up that way, so they kind of little. Look at that, there's a whole bunch of them like that. See, they mined in a little ways there. Tried to keep as much waste rock up as they could. Mined in a little ways there. And kept waste rock down there. And there's another pocket like that, so all the way up there, same as on the other side. It looks exactly the same. So this is the edge of the deposit by the looks of it. How scabby this stuff is. It's very unstable, just about everywhere. Just ready to fall off. Make sure the rope isn't touching anything, or you're not touching anything. If you're on rope, it might be possible to get across there. It'd be nice if we had a board. The last time I was here, we didn't have any rope, so we climbed up that stall over to the next stall and into that ledge there. So that's where Sharon kind of jumped a little when I went down there. The rope over the stall and then keep going down. That doesn't, maybe get steeper, but doesn't look too bad. All right, again, so we're almost out of rope here, so we're going to do the transition here because you don't want to have to transition on a real steep place to go around a knot. So we'll tie a new rope on. So that's our third 200-foot rope in the bag here, so that's going to be enough to get us to the bottom. Got to figure out where we're going to route our rope exactly. So we got to avoid peeling any more of the scabby stuff off. Man, that's nasty, isn't it? I'm always thinking I got to pull that rope back up and get it around the stall. Yeah, I better. I don't want that rope touching even the bottom of that scabby piece. I gotta worry about that falling on me. We're gonna go up here. Put a rope around those stalls and go this way. It's just too unstable otherwise. The plan is to go straight down there. So what we're going to do is put the rope around this stall. So we're really not pulling on this line, it's on that sharp edge there. As long as the stall don't give out. Doesn't look too far down below that lip to where the bottom is. So then I don't have to be so worried about loose rock if it's not very far. Down this level is only a short little drop. We got a level there we can check out. Probably not going to be much of anything in there. And these rocks in this room, I saw them from that hole right there. I thought it was huge rocks that size of cars. Well, they're not as big as I thought. There's a ladder there. There's probably ladders going all the way up at one time. But they fell down, I imagine, underneath all this rock, and all this huge boulders gave away. All this wall's completely collapsed now. So, you know, it's a little unstable, but the rocks are smaller than I thought. Well, that's pretty fair size. I mean, if it fell on your head, it would hurt. So this is rock that peeled off the sides. Looks a lot more stable now. Should be able to continue on down, maybe do another level. We'll bring our rope over and go down there. See if this big stall under this is all busted. How about if we put weight on this stall? That might be better. Oh, that's a pair of jeans, isn't it? It is so. So part of the pair of jeans. Oh. Right there. Well, we just have to hope that rock isn't going to fall all of a sudden, huh? Nothing we can do about it. If it fell now, it would be okay, but if it falls in a couple minutes, it won't be very good. And that is bad, isn't it? You won't got to be under it very long, but it's dangerous as hell. Doesn't seem to be loose or anything. Okay. Try not to touch it, but it doesn't make much difference. We're committed now. Or should be committed. So there's another pair of jeans, or part of one. Those don't seem to be in that good a shape, but I'm sure Alan will be happy to see them just the same. I can't make out what kind they are. They're not in very good shape, but where are we going to put them? Yeah, we'll leave them right there. Okay. Down the road. Where she stops, nobody knows. Okay. Now, where do we go from here? Well, it looks like quite a ways down yet until we get to level. I think we're going to run out of rope before we run out of line. See if we can get over this way. Oh, that's not very good. See, there's that. I'm not going to fall very far from fall here. Maybe not too far to a level then. Not sure why I'm going over this way. Well, I'm so worried about that rock, I guess, for one thing. Let's go around this rope quicker. It's dusty now, but I got my mask on, so all right. How much more rope we got? Oh, we got enough, I think. Let's just keep going this way. Seems more stable. Oh, there's another big room there. Well, should we go down or go to this other room? Okay, so we're at the bottom of this area here. Pretty scabby down here, as you can see, real sketchy. We're at the end of this room here, and that seems to be the bottom of the stope. You can see quite a few levels. Lots of cool stuff to look at. Man, cool if we could get up there and have a look at that level. Sure we can. Doesn't look that hard. Okay. Looks like there was a fire in here. Look, at some of that stuff's burned. See, what's really interesting about this, if you look at the middle of that 6x6, it looks like there was a cable rubbing on it. So I'm thinking they hoisted ore up there. So this looks pretty treacherous here. But we're wondering if we can get around that. Oh man, that's crazy. If we could get around that and get up to that level. Oh, this is going to be one of the most exciting explorations I've ever been on. I'm standing on there. I might be able to get around that. A couple big rocks up there. Should be okay. I hope. Let's give her a try. No, unfortunately I wasn't able to do it. I mean, I'm standing up here. But I can't get around. I can't get through there. So I got these big boulders, they're just barely hanging on there. I don't want to touch that 4x4 because look at all those boulders hanging in there. So I can't touch that. I wouldn't climb through there. And I can't get through here. You know, you can't always get to every place in every mine, right? So that's pretty sketchy. We probably pushed it further than we should have already. All right, we'll just slowly get back down. Don't touch anything, hopefully. All right, so here's an interesting artifact. It looks like some kind of a hand-stitched sack of some type. I don't know if there's anything in it, so we're going to try to move those rocks really easily, or carefully, because it's got a whole pile of rocks above it. This looks like something you'd find in an old Spanish mine or something. You know, this. Have a look at this. It's a leather sack, hard leather. Really interesting. Cool artifact. It's burned. It's got a rope on it. So they're probably using this to high grade ore, bring it up certain areas. So we'll have to take that. Really nice. All right, so continuing down, as you can see, sketchy as hell. We've got rope is on a bit of a rock with Boca's skull up there. Look at all this stuff. But it's just too good not to go down. Man, there's not much left at this hole level. It's just collapsed everywhere. You know, I don't think anyone's been here for a long time. That's what it is. Yep. Oh wow, there's false floor that goes down from here. All caved in up there. Oh, look at, there's a boot print there. Somebody's been here. That's a big boot print. False floor all down here. This might be very old dust. Well, there's nothing to disturb it for a very long time. We know that. Nothing to make dust down here when you're not there. So we know there's a false floor here. So we better be super cautious. There's a level right there. I think I know where we are, maybe. It's not too hard to get up. I've been here, I think. Yep. Yeah, the dust that we saw in the boots, those are mine. Those are my tracks. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So we know exactly where we are. So they join up. Cool. Me and Gabe were here, so we know where we are. So, so it all joins up. Well, that's cool. So we were wondering how we could possibly get higher up through all this really sketchy stuff, but yeah, we've already been there. All right, we'll let you guys have a better look at these jeans that I found. So these ones aren't Levi's; they're either Strongco or Pacifico, because they don't have the Levi's button on them. But actually, I think this ore sack is even more interesting. So it's rawhide sack made out of a steer hide, untreated, just green, right? So they just ripped that off the steer, and it's not tan leather. Right, there's a rope on it, so they would have used that to haul ore up and down, high-grade ore from the higher parts of the mine. That's really cool, probably really old. And if we look at the buttons, we see that they're not Levi's. They don't say anything on them, they just have like a design on them. So like I said, they're not really in that good a shape.